The single biggest thing that people come in with concerns about is they can't hear in restaurants. They hear, but they just don't understand. Everything becomes a mush. They hear voices, but they can't tell what's being said. Background noise is the most difficult listening environment, whether you have a hearing loss or not. This is one of the hardest things to correct with hearing aids. It can be done, but listening in noise is always harder than listening in speech. If anyone tells you we can get rid of background noise, run the other way as fast as you can. Most people, when they're faced with going into a restaurant setting, they'll feel sick to their stomach. They'll worry. They may even feel shaky, like they are having a panic attack, like they don't want to go into a social environment because they're worried about mishearing, saying the wrong thing. They're worried that people will look at them and laugh when they make a mistake. And they're not laughing with them, they're laughing at them. It doesn't have to be that way. We specialize in background noise solutions at Audiology Center Northwest. We work with modern hearing devices that work as a team in background noise. Modern hearing devices can imitate what your ears did naturally before you had your hearing loss. Before you had your hearing loss, you had these little tiny cells in your ear called outer hair cells. And they act as tiny amplifiers to make sound loud enough to send a signal up to your brain. One of the miracles of these cells is the cells in your two ears can talk with each other. And when your ears are young and healthy, if you have one voice over here that you're trying to pay attention to and a bunch of chatter over here that you're trying to ignore, your body can biologically turn one ear up and one ear down. When you lose those outer hair cells, you lose some of that ability. When you're working with older hearing aids work individually. They don't really talk to each other in a meaningful way. Each ear tries to turn as many sounds up as it can so that you can hear them, and turn loud sounds down so that they're not annoying. The problem with that in a noisy situation is if you've got a dominant voice over here that's loud and a bunch of chatter over here that's moderately soft, this hearing aid turns the chatter up, turns the dominant voice down. So instead of your healthy ears, which do this, your hearing loss with hearing aids can do this, unless you get hearing devices that act as a team. We're seeing modern hearing devices now that can talk to each other, and the right side can coordinate its efforts with the left side, so that if there's one dominant voice over here and a bunch of noise that is not behaving like speech over here, that's more like a multi-talker babble, the hearing aid that's getting the dominant voice can turn the volume up, the chatter can turn the volume down, creating some of the advantages that your young ears could do automatically. Now, nothing is like your hearing when you were young, but we are starting to see these approaches coming into very high-tech hearing aids that do appear to make a significant dent in the background noise problem. When we pair that with directional microphones in the hearing aids that can help you focus on what's in front of you within about 8 feet, we tend to see substantial improvements in hearing in the most difficult listening environments, like a restaurant.